it's Kande Hein, Scentsy and Velata Director for Team Firefly, and I'm truly really excited to be here doing this training for you and talking about sort of the 2.0 of the Facebook party. Now we all know this is a home party business, and home parties are where it's at. And the reason is because home parties are really great for the experience. So our customers can experience that product, so they can experience the fun atmosphere of a Scentsy party and think, wow, I would like to host too. And so they can see how easy it is and how fun it is to have our job, the best job ever, to be a Scentsy consultant. So it can be hard for us sometimes when we have those Facebook parties because we miss all three of those key points. And so this training really helps to sort of fill in those gaps so that it can be a win-win for both, for the customer and for us as a consultant, and get us just a little bit closer to the home party experience. Now throughout the party I have some notes here and I have some visuals here that I'm going to show you, so you're going to see me kind of look some different places because I really want to make sure that I share with you everything so that you feel like after this training is over you are ready to go and go out there and book your parties and have really great successful Facebook parties. Okay, so again, this new strategy, fills in the gaps, and really, as entrepreneurs and as marketers, it's our job to adapt and evolve to what our customers' needs and wants are. And our customers are just like us. They're busy, they're exhausted, and with their family going in so many different ways, they may not spend as much time with them. And so getting them to come to a home party might be more difficult for you than it was in the past. It's a digital world, so again, we have to evolve and adapt as an entrepreneur, as a marketer, to make the best of those changes in the world around us. Okay, so the Facebook party, again, it's just a really good choice for them because of all of those reasons. They can still be home with their family, they can be in their pajamas, they can have this experience of the Facebook party and still be able to have fun and win prizes and have a good time and still get what they need as well. Okay, so I'm going to talk about my strategy, but first I'm going to let you know a couple stats. So this is a fairly new strategy for me, and in the last just 3 Facebook parties, I've seen a significant increase using this strategy. I've seen about 56% increase in attendance to my parties. I've seen over 100% on my last 3 parties increase in sales alone. I've gotten 2 new team members from the last 3 parties, as well as 3 that have opportunity packets with them right now that hopefully will join in July. And I have a few parties booked later on in the fall season from those 3 parties. So just to give you some statistics that sort of help you kind of think, okay, this might work for me too, if you feel like you're struggling with your current strategy for your Facebook parties. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through what I do differently, and what I do differently doesn't necessarily come in the Facebook party alone. It comes in all of the prep work ahead of the Facebook party. So I'm going to use this notebook. So this is one of the pieces that I'm going to share with you, and inside are tabs for the different months of the year. So I'm going to go to July, and this is where I have my little sheet. And don't worry, I'm going to give this sheet to you as a file, so you have that and you can fill it out, add to it. But I'm going to read you off what I have here. Okay, so what you're going to see is this first sheet just tells you who the party's for, when it is, tells you the time period that we're going to do things, 10 days out, 6 days out, etc. And then a fill-in for what those dates are for your specific party, and a checklist for making them happen, as well as exactly what you're doing and some detailed notes about what you're doing. So I'm going to take you through those. Okay, so first, 10 days out, what you're going to do is you're going to have the hostess send you the names and addresses of 5 VIP guests. Now, these 5 guests are really the ones that are going to attend and spend, it's most likelihood that they're going to attend and they're going to spend. And so you're going to get those addresses, and you're going to let her know that you're going to send them out a special party packet, and have her get that to you 10 days out. Also 10 days out, you're going to have the hostess set up the party. Now, there's a few reasons that I like the hostess to set up the party. One, it's accountability for them. And I am always continuously coaching my hostesses to be a consultant. So the closer that I can get them to that experience, the easier it is for them to sort of put themselves in my shoes and see how easy of a job that it would be for them too. So we're going to have them set up the party. I also like for it to be on their page, because when they set it up, it's going to notify everyone that they've set up an event. When they post in that page, when they do anything on that page, it's just going to ping all of their friends. And also, if I were to set up that party, my hostess's friends, for the most part, don't know who I am, and they're not going to be as likely to want to come to a party with someone they don't know. So if the party is set up underneath my hostess' name, she sends them the invite, and then she does all of these other things that we're going to talk about. They're going to feel not only very important that they've been invited to this party, but they're going to be much more likely to come. So we're going to have them set up the party 9 days out. We're going to post, as the consultant, on the event wall, a thank you for everyone that has RSVP'd so far. So this is the first about 24 hours. And so whoever's RSVP'd at that point, we're going to say, thank you so much for your RSVP. Now choose your free sample. And I just use an app like WordSwag or Rona Designs to create something that's really graphically, visually appealing, but that's also specific to maybe whatever samples that I might have on hand at that point. So, and you always do want to put graphics at any of your posts on any Facebook party. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to post that, and you're going to tag everybody that has RSVP'd or that has maybe'd, as well as your hostess if they hadn't already. And again, you're going to say thank you, and you're going to tell them to pick out their sample. You're going to tell them in the comments to let them know which sample that they would like, and then to PM you their address. And then I'll show you this again in a moment, but one of the other pieces that I'm going to give you shows you our 5 packets, the addresses and the names, as well as all of the samples, addresses, and names. This just gives you a quick reference sheet so that you don't have to go back through Facebook, through all of your messages, trying to find all those addresses when you're completing your mailers. And you don't get lost on Facebook doing that as well. It can be my problem sometimes. Okay, 6 days out, we're going to mail out those 5 VIP packets that she sent us, and we're going to talk about that more in a moment. And you're going to send out your sample packets. So all of the people that said they wanted a sample, and those 5 VIPs, as well as your hostess. Now, on those sample packs, you notice that we're posting about those 9 days out. We're not sending them until about 6 days out, so there's about 3 more days there. And the reason that we do that is to allow additional RSVPs. If people see like, oh, if I RSVP, I can get a free sample, I'm going to RSVP. So we always say after we post that, thanks for your RSVPs, a few more people kind of jump on the bandwagon so they can make sure to get their samples too. So that's very strategic there. Now, 2 days out, we post asking the guests to share about their samples received. Now, whenever I send a hostess packet or I send the sample packet, I always include an invitation. And on the invitation, it says to be sure to share with us on the Facebook event page what you thought about your sample. So if they haven't already done this, this is a really good place for them to share that information. You're going to give them that opportunity to share what they thought. If they loved it, they'd never thought about washer woofs before, whatnot. So next is the morning of. Oh, let me grab something here. Okay, perfect. So on the morning of, you're going to have the hostess PM all of the people that RSVP'd and maybe thanking them and giving them an insider's tip. And that insider's tip is that if you comment with a photo of what beverage you're drinking 15 minutes before the party, when Kande, the consultant, prompts you to, then you're going to get a double entry into our door prize. So it's kind of a way to give them like this inside information that it's not posted anywhere else, but really we actually couldn't post it anywhere else. So it's kind of a win-win how that works out. Now the afternoon of, I will be posting a reminder with an interactive activity, and I'll tag all of your RSVPs and maybes again. Now, that interactive activity, the one that I really like to use is what was your very first or what is your very first Scentsy product. It's a really easy one. People like to share things about themselves, and so it gets people talking. Now, like everything, it has a strategy behind it. Anytime somebody posts on that, it's going to post on their wall that they're going to this party and they've commented on it. It's also going to make this show up higher in news feeds. It's going to cause people that haven't RSVP'd to do the last minute RSVP. So every time people start interacting, you're going to start getting another 1, another 2 RSVPs to the party just from that interactive post alone. Okay, now at party time, you're just going to follow your party script. And there's a couple of things I want to talk about here. So let me check my notes. Now, one thing is that I'm not going to go into detail about the party script itself because I'm going to give you exactly what I'm using, but I'm going to give you kind of an outline of what I do in the order I'm doing it in, and then I'm going to give you some tips and things that I do a little bit differently. Okay, one is I completely avoid posting too much before the party. Now, I don't know if you've seen those parties before, if you've been invited, but by the 5th time that the hostess posts and says, so excited to see you at the party in 7 days, so excited to see you there, can't wait to see you at the party in 4 days, you're like, oh my gosh, is this party ever going to happen? And I'm really annoyed at this point, and they haven't even gotten the chance to talk about their party or their product yet. And so I really avoid that. I set the party up so that we can gain those RSVPs. If I post, it's very strategic and informational, like the ones that I just told you about. And it's not, I try to always avoid saying that I'm really excited or we're really excited about the party until the morning of when the hostess posts information around the area, which I'll talk about in a moment. I also schedule all of my posts through TinyTorch. And so TinyTorch is a really great scheduling program, and what it allows you to do is schedule out all of your posts ahead of time. And what's really great about that is that, again, we're getting closer to the home party experience, because instead of us doing nothing but posting frantically, we are able to sort of sit back. We're able to interact with our guests. We're able to sort of share with them additional information on those posts. We're able to answer their questions. We're able to talk about other products they might like at the same time. So we're able to just get a little bit closer to what we would do in a real life home party. And I have a TinyTorch tutorial if you need to know how to use that. It's very, very simple. And I schedule those 3 minutes apart. I feel like that gives a really good amount of time for them to read the post, get refreshed, get ready for the next post, and not too much time for them to sort of lose interest. I also use a Google Docs document for them to complete their contact information. It's sort of like an online drawing form where I find out the contact information, what is the best method to contact them, and then I also use it to find out and kind of gauge their interest on if they're just interested in buying, if they're ready to host, or if they're looking to join or make some extra money for an organization through a fundraiser. And so I send that at the beginning of the party, and I'll go through that schedule in just a moment. And then lastly, I use WordSlag or that Rona Designs app to create a few images that are custom to my host for that party. It makes the host and it makes the party just feel really intimate and special, and that it was all very well planned, just like you would a home party. You go through all of the trouble with a home party of planning it out and scheduling it, and this is sort of a way to kind of do that as well. And so I like to pepper in a few of those sort of customized imagery. Okay, so I'm going to go through the order that I do the parties in. And again, I'll give you this script. So 15 minutes before I do the insiders, post a picture of your beverage. Then I do a roll call. Then I do a welcome and give them a link to that welcome or those Google Doc so that they can fill out their contact information. Then I post how Scentsy works and ask if anyone's new to Scentsy. And then I go through a product. So I start talking about our flagship product, our wax and our warmers. Do a game, and then go into another product, our laundry line. I do a tip, and then go into another product, our buddies. And then I share with them how to order. Talk about body products and on-the-go products. Throw in a little joining plug photo of something fun that I've done on an incentive trip. And then I talk about our combos. Throw in a hosting plug and let them know that if they host a party, that both them and their hostess get a 50% off item of their choice. That is a perpetual party reward. It is a company and corporate special, so it is not a OC. And then a thank you and how to order, and let them know I'm around all night if they have questions. And then at that point, I'll let them know when the party is closing and whatnot. And then I like to finish with a questions tab, and I let them know that they will be entered into 3 times into the drawing, which they don't know much about at this point. If they ask a joining question, 2 points, or 2 times if they ask a hosting question, and then any other questions get a drawing. Okay, so next I'm going to show you, point down to it so you can see, I'm going to show you this. This is a little crate here, and it has all of my materials I'm about to talk about. So when I'm pulling things from this, that's where I'm pulling them from. Pull this back up. Whoop. Okay, so I also have within your information that I'm going to give you, I have, that back up there, a check sheet, a checklist of all of these items that are in this handy little tote. Now I like this little crate tote because I can take it easily with me on a road trip and put together packets. I can take it with me in front of the TV if my kids let me do that, and put together packets. So it's really good. It's really portable. Okay, so the first thing that I have back here is product lists. I also have my envelopes. So I have large catalog size envelopes, and then I have my invitation social size envelopes here. Next thing that I put in these packets is invitations. So all of my VIP guests, as well as all of my samples, get an invitation. You don't get hard copy invitations to things anymore, so this again gets us a little closer to that home party. So completely fill that out. Little personalized note from me to them here. Oh, and one other thing on these I decorate the outside of these like crazy. So I write their name really big here in fun font, and I say hi, and I put my website information, and then I put Scentsy stickers. So I make that outside that packet really fun. So it's kind of like receiving fun mail. Again, we never get that stuff anymore. Okay, next is I have all of my stickers and all of my labels here together. So I have some extra scent stickers that I use to decorate the envelopes with. I have some extra labels here. It looks like these got drawn on by a toddler. With some extra labels here too to make sure all of my things are labeled. And then I have address and mailing labels for the envelopes here. So all my stickers and labels are there. Next is I have catalogs and order forms and even the mini catalogs. When I send things to different places, I may choose to use that catalog versus the large catalog, so it just kind of depends. Then I have my host and my join information, and on those I like to use cute sticky notes to put if there's a specific special. So if there is the join in July $49 special, I write a cute little sticky and put that right on the front of her face. And there's something about, it's kind of an advertising thing, it's something about having a sticker on somebody's face. You have to take it off of there. And so those will always get looked at. Okay, next is playing cards. This is one of my favorite little strategies. So these are 88 cents at Walmart. You just choose these guys, and I like to use the lower numbers, you know, like 3 through 8 or so. And on here, I'll just take a black Sharpie and just simply write on there and just say, if you host a party with me, you get to choose most any product for $3 or whatever your special you want to do. I'll put that in all of my VIP and all of my sample packets, but of course not my hostess packet. Okay, next is all of my samples. Now I do all washer with samples. They don't melt. They're a conversation piece. People have never tried them. They absolutely love them. It's one of our hottest growing product lines. Now I have for trade someone in my neighborhood put together all of my samples for me. And so then I just trade them in Scentsy wax. It's free for me, it's great for them, it's a win-win. So I have them do 2 different sets. So one is like this, and it has my business card in it, and then it has the sample in there as well. And then I also have them just make up the samples. That way if it's, say, one of these and I want to give them a business card and a sample anyway, I can just throw the whole thing in there. Or if I am going to give them like a hostess packet where I'm going to give them multiple samples, then one of them may be like this, but then I may also put an extra sample that's just individual like this. Okay, so that's all in here, and I have all of my different washer with sample different scents in here, so I have lots to choose from for my parties. And this is my favorite strategy. These are my Stint Samplers. And so what I do is I take mailing labels like this, and these are for 1,000 of them. They're $10 on Amazon. You can get these scent stickers from the Scentsy family store. You can get a whole pack of all 20 classic fragrances, 72 stickers. It'll make 14 different packs of these. It's $49, so it's expensive, but you are making 14 packets, so it's definitely well worth it. But this just has different classics all in one thing. Tie it up with a ribbon and throw that in my hostess packet. I don't put that in my samples packet, just my 5 hostesses get that special extra. And also my hostess gets that as well. And as you can see, I store them like this, so that everything in this bag is simply vanilla. Because I don't want any scent transfer, so I don't want to make up a whole bunch at a time before I'm going to use them, because there can be that scent transfer. So this is all simply vanilla in here, but they're already done. So then all I have to do is just take one out of each time together, and I'm done. Okay, and then I have just a little box of some extras. So I have some extra business cards, some, postage, envelope stamps. I've got some cute sticky notes if I want to sticky note stuff. People don't handwrite things anymore, so it's special. And then, of course, I have to have my selection of markers to decorate things and to write on things and to make them fun and exciting and cute. So again, I'll have all that on this checklist, as well as different links to find some of these things that may not be in the Scentsy family store. Okay, so I think that's about all. I will follow up with all of the information that I promised you. Thank you again so much for watching this training. I hope you get a lot out of it. I hope that you have the best Facebook parties and an amazing season ahead. So thank you again so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, talk soon.